Hello students, we learn about physical and chemical properties of metals. Metals are playing very important role in our day-to-day life. Now in this video, we will learn about how we can obtain these metals. These metals are present in earth crust. Earth's crust is the major source of metals. In earth crust, metals are present in the form of minerals. We can't get metals directly from the earth crust. In the earth crust, all these metals are present in the form of minerals. Then what is minerals? Minerals are the elements or compounds which occur naturally in the earth crust. So mineral is what? Elements or compounds which are present naturally in the earth crust, and in that minerals metals are present, and we can extract those metals, we can obtain those metals from the minerals. Now minerals are present everywhere, but at some places minerals contain very high percentage of a particular metal. So for example, at particular places that mineral contains large percentage of copper. So we can obtain copper from that particular mineral only, and we can extract that copper profitably. Such minerals are called as ores. So what is ore? That is, at some places minerals contain very high percentage of particular metal, and we can extract that metal profitably. Means we can extract it easily and we can obtain profit from that particular extraction. Then such minerals are called as ores. Otherwise, for example, particular mineral contain very less percentage of copper, and we will say that we will extract that copper from that mineral, then it will not be a profitable extraction. So ore is what? That the mineral which contains high percentage of that metal and extraction of metal is profitable, then we will call that mineral as ore of the metal, ore of copper, ore of gold, ore of zinc, etc. So mineral which contain higher amount of particular metal and its profitable extraction is possible, then that is called as ore of the metal. And the process of extraction of metal from some minerals is called as metallurgy. So in this video we have to learn about different steps of extraction of metal, and which is called as metallurgy. So metallurgy is what? The process of extraction of metals from some minerals. So metals are present in the form of ore, and these ores are present in the form of huge rocks. So we have to dig the earth crust, we obtain that rocks. Those rocks or those minerals contains lots of impurities, so we have to remove all those impurities. Impurity may be in the form of sand, silt, clay, or organic impurity, or maybe chemical impurities we have to remove, and we have to pass that ore from different processes, from different physical and chemical processes, and then we can obtain the pure form of metal. And all these steps are called as metallurgical process or metallurgy. So this process of extraction of metal is called as metallurgy. Now we learn about reactivity series, and we come to know that there are some metals which are highly reactive, some are moderately reactive, and some are very less reactive. So the less reactive or inert metals, that is metals at the bottom of activity series, are least reactive. They are often found in the free state, such as gold, silver, platinum, copper. These metals can be obtained from the nature in the free state, but it doesn't mean that those are pure metals. It may contain some impurities in the form of sand, silt, or any other form of impurity. So we also have to process it, though it is present in the free state. And copper and silver are also found in the combined form, means can be found in the free state also, because these are least reactive metals. Copper and silver can also be found in the combined form. It combines with the sulfide or oxide, copper oxide, silver oxide, silver sulfide. Such combined form can also be found in case of least reactive metals. See, if copper combines with sulfur, it will form sulfide ore. So that will be sulfide ore of copper. If it combines it with oxygen, then we can call it as oxide ore. So copper oxide or silver oxide or zinc oxide. So when that metal combine with any other compound, any other substance, any other element, then that form is called as its ore form. For example, if it combines with carbonate, then carbonate ore. If it combines with sulfur, sulfide ore. If it combines with oxygen, then oxide ore. According to reactivity series, the metals at the top of activity series such as potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum are highly reactive metals. This we learn. So as those are highly reactive metals, we can't found them in the free state. They will always be in combined form. They will combine with oxygen, combine with sulfur or carbonate or any other element and will observe or will remain in the combined form. So the moderately reactive, highly reactive elements, metals are always found in the combined form. Metals in the middle of series such as zinc, iron, lead are moderately reactive and are found in the earth crust mainly as oxides, sulfides and carbonates. So they will combine with oxygen to form oxide ore or sulfur to form sulfide ore or with carbonate to form carbonate ore. Students, ores of many metals are found in the oxide form, though that is moderately reactive, less reactive or highly reactive. Most of the metals, most of the ores of metals are found in the oxide form because oxygen is a very reactive element and is very abundant on the earth. It is present in large amount, in large concentration and it is reactive also. So it can react with different types of metals and so most of the ores are in oxide form because oxygen is reactive and it is present in large concentration and that's why we observe most of the metal ores in the form of their oxide. Thus, on the basis of reactivity, we can group the metals into following three categories such as metal of low reactivity, metals of medium reactivity and metals of high reactivity. Different techniques are to be used to obtain the metals following in each category. So, depending on its reactivity, we have to use different techniques to obtain metal from the ore. Though least reactive metal is there or highly reactive metal is there, it may contain some impurities, some chemical impurities, impurities in the form of sand, silt or plants and animals decay material, etc. it is present. And so all these metals we have to process in and we call that process as metallurgy. So different processes we are following to obtain the pure metal based on reactivity of that metal. There are different processes to obtain pure metal. Several steps are involved in the extraction of pure metal from the ores. Here in this flow chart, we are having different steps to obtain pure metal from the ore. As I told, ore is present in the earth crust in the form of rocks and contains lots of impurities. So we are digging the earth, we are taking out that ores in the form of rocks. Then we are crushing it by process of grinding. We convert that ore in the form of powder. The next step is concentration of ore. So this is the next process, concentration of ore. In this concentration of ore, we are trying to remove all the impurities, sand, silt or any chemical impurities we are trying to remove. There are different processes of concentration of ore. This concentration of ore is also called as enrichment of ores. It is the process of removal of gangue particles from the ore. So here gang means what? Gang means all type of impurities which are present with the minerals, which are present in the ore. So gang is all the impurities such as sand, silt, dead plants and animal remainings or chemical impurities. These ores are mined from earth crust, contains unwanted substances, and these unwanted substances, sand, rocky materials, all this is called as gangue or matrix. So it is, gangue means what? Impurities present with the ore. There are different processes of concentration of ore. First, such as hydraulic washing. In this method, ore is mixed with water and washed with stream of running water. And due to this stream of water, running water, the lighter gangue particles are washed away from the ore. So this method is based on difference in specific gravity or difference in the density of gangue and the ore particles. Gangue particles are lighter and so it can easily washed out with the water. Another method of concentration of ore is magnetic separation. So in this we can separate iron impurities, or if the ore contains iron in the form of impurity, then by using magnetic separation we can separate out the impurities. Then for the sulfide ores, we can use froth flotation method. If that ore is sulfide ore and that ore contains hydrophilic and hydrophobic substances, then we can use froth flotation. So after concentration of ore, we can carry out concentration or enrichment of ore by all these processes such as gravity or hydraulic separation, magnetic separation, froth flotation, leaching. Then next step is what? Based on the reactivity of metal. Means if metal is highly reactive, then we can carry out electrolysis of molten ore. If metal is highly reactive, then directly we can carry out its electrolysis. We are taking molten ore in the electrolytic cell. By passing electric current, we can separate out our pure metal and oxide form of that oxygen from that oxide form of molten ore. If the metal is moderately reactive or medium reactive, then we have to convert that ore into its metal oxide first, because these moderately or medium reactive metals are basically present in the form of carbonate ore or sulfide ore. Carbonate ore means, as I told you, if that metal combine with carbonate, for example calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Here our metal is calcium. When it combines with carbonate, then it is what? Carbonate ore of calcium. Sulfide ore, if it combines with the sulfide, like lead sulfide, PbS. Here lead is our metal which combines with sulfur, it forms sulfide ore. So if ore is carbonate ore, then we can carry out calcination, and if ore is sulfide ore, we can carry out roasting. Then what is this calcination and roasting? These both processes are just combustion of ore or burning of ore. In these processes we are burning the ore, but a slight difference is there. In calcination we are burning the ore, we are providing heat to the ore, but in the absence of oxygen. We are not providing air or we are not providing oxygen during the process of calcination. And during the process of roasting, we are providing excess of oxygen, or the burning in the presence of excess air is carried out in the process of roasting. So students, remember, in calcination less air or absence of oxygen is there, that is combustion of ore in the absence of oxygen is called as calcination. And roasting is what? Combustion of ore in the presence of excess of ore or in the presence of oxygen is called as roasting. Calcination is for carbonate ore and roasting is for sulfide ore. Then by after the calcination and roasting process, that ore get converts into the oxide form of metal, means that calcium carbonate get converts into calcium oxide. Next step is what? After calcination roasting, we obtain oxide form of the ore. We obtain copper oxide or calcium oxide or lead oxide. Then after next step is what? Reduction to metal. So as we know, oxide of metal means which contains oxygen. Now here we have to remove that oxygen, and we know removal of oxygen is the reduction. So here we carry out reduction of the metal oxide to obtain pure metal. Oxygen remove हो गया तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? हमारा pure metal. And we can carry out this reduction of metal by using carbon monoxide, hydrogen एज अ रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट. तो यहाँ हम रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट क्या क्या यूज़ कर सकते हैं? वी कैन यूज़ कार्बन मोनोक्साइड, हाइड्रोजन, और द मोर रिएक्टिव मेटल्स वी कैन यूज. See, why we are using this carbon monoxide and hydrogen as reducing agent? Because these are having affinity of oxygen. They want oxygen, they can combine easily with oxygen. तो ये क्या करेंगे? मेटल से उसका ऑक्सीजन ले लेंगे और हमें मिल जाएगा हमारा मेटल इन द प्योर फॉर्म. एंड लास्ट स्टेप इज purification of metal. Here we can carry out distillation, zone refining, etc. So by that we can obtain our pure form of metal. So all these processes, all these steps are called as metallurgy, the process of obtaining metal from the minerals. Now we will discuss all these steps in detail. Enrichment of ore. Ore mined from the earth are usually contaminated with large amount of impurities such as sand, soil, clay, or chemical impurities are also present. As we discussed during flowchart, that these impurities are called as gangue or matrix, and it is important to remove these impurities first. So first of all we have to remove these impurities, and based on physical and chemical properties of gangue and metal or ore, we are deciding different processes of concentration of ore or enrichment of ore, such as hydraulic separation or magnetic separation, froth flotation, or leaching. For example, if our ore contains magnetic impurities, then we can carry out magnetic separation. If ore is sulfide ore, we can carry out froth flotation. If there is difference between the density of gangue particle and ore particle, then we can carry out hydraulic separation. So based on the properties of gangue particle or ore particle, we can carry out different processes in the enrichment of ore. So that is the first step. Next is extracting metals low in activity series. So the metals which are less reactive metals or inert metals such as mercury, silver, gold, these are what? Inert metals which are low in reactivity. These metals are generally observed in their free state, and if they are present in the combined form, those are present in the form of sulfide ore or oxide ore, and we can easily obtain metal from these ores only by heating process. So the oxides of these metals can be reduced to metals by heating alone. For example, cinnabar. Cinnabar is what? It is mercuric sulfide, HGS. Mercuric sulfide is called as cinnabar. It is its common name. When it is heated in air, it is first converted into mercuric oxide, and mercuric oxide is then reduced to mercury on further heating. So to remove sulfur and oxygen, we are providing heat only in the low reactive metals. So HGS, when we provide heat in the presence of oxygen, we can obtain. So we are providing oxygen and we can obtain mercuric oxide, HgO. If we will carry out the heating, then we will obtain mercury. or we can carry out reduction by heating only. Similarly, copper, which is found as copper sulfide in nature, can be obtained from its ore by just heating. When we will provide heat to that copper sulfide, it will get first of all it will get converted into copper oxide, and sulfur dioxide gas will evolve in this reaction. On further heating, that copper oxide and copper sulfide, so we are heating that same ore only, which is having sulfide ore also and oxide ore also. On further heating, it will convert into sulfur dioxide gas will evolve, and we can obtain our copper metal. So this is what extraction of metal which are less reactive, which are low in activity series. Next is extracting metals in the middle of activity series. So the metals which are present in the middle of activity series are iron, zinc, lead, copper, and these are moderately reactive metals. These metals are usually present as sulfide and carbonate in nature. So these metals or ores of these metals are present in the form of carbonate ore or sulfide ore. First of all, we are converting this carbonate ore into oxide ore or sulfide ore into oxide ore, and then we carry out reduction. Why we are doing this? Because it is easy to obtain metal from its metal oxide. So first step in moderately reactive metal is what? Convert that sulfide ore or carbonate ore into oxide form, and then carry out reduction of that metal oxide. For example, if the ore is sulfide ore, the sulfide ores are converted into oxides by heating strongly in the presence of excess air, and this is called as roasting. We discussed this. What is roasting? Combustion of ore, burning of ore in the presence of oxygen, in the presence of excess air is called as roasting. So roasting is what? Burning or combustion of ore in the presence of excess of air or in the presence of oxygen. Now if the ore is carbonate air, then the carbonate ores are changed into oxide on heating strongly in limited air, in less air, or in the absence of oxygen, and which is called as calcination. So these are the two steps, two processes which we are carrying out during the extraction of metals which are moderately reactive. अगर सल्फाइड ओर है तो हम करेंगे रोस्टिंग. रोस्टिंग मतलब क्या? उस ओर को बर्न करना है, उसका कंबशन करना है इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ excess of air, in the presence of excess of air, in the presence of oxygen. कैल्सिनेशन मतलब क्या? यहाँ हमें ओर को बर्न करना है बट इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन और इन द presence of very very limited air. Here we can see chemical reaction of zinc, calcination and roasting of zinc. See, zinc sulfide means what? It is sulfide ore. Sulfide ore रहा तो हम क्या करेंगे? We will carry out process of roasting. Roasting मतलब क्या? Burning or combustion in the presence of ऑक्सीजन, एक्सेस एयर. तो हम इस जिंक सल्फाइड को बर्न करेंगे एक्सेस ऑफ एयर में, और ये हमें क्या देगा? इट विल गिव अस जिंक ऑक्साइड एंड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड गैस विल इवॉल्व. वही जिंक का और अगर हमें कार्बोनेट फॉर्म में मिला, जिंक कार्बोनेट ZnCO3, तो हम क्या करेंगे? उसे हीट करेंगे बट इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. तो यहाँ इसका क्या होगा? इट विल गेट कन्वर्ट इनटू जिंक ऑक्साइड एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस विल इवॉल्व. सो दिस इज व्हाट? रोस्टिंग एंड कैल्सिनेशन. सल्फाइड और है तो रोस्टिंग, कार्बोनेट और है तो कैल्सिनेशन. The metal oxides are then reduced to corresponding metals by using suitable reducing agent. And next step क्या था? When we convert these sulfide or carbonate ore into oxide ore, then next is reduction, that is removal of oxygen, and then we will get our pure metal. Here we can see reduction of zinc also. Zinc is the metal which can be reduced only by the carbon, that is coke. तो हम यहाँ क्या करेंगे, ये जिंक ऑक्साइड लेंगे और इसे कोक से रिड्यूस करेंगे. Here zinc oxide will react with coke or carbon. Coke is what? Amorphous form of carbon. Then we can obtain. So this carbon will combine with oxygen and will form carbon monoxide, because this carbon is having affinity of oxygen. ये ऑक्सीजन की तरफ अट्रैक्ट होता है, उसे खींच लेता है. तो ये क्या करेगा, कार्बन विल कंबाइन विथ ऑक्सीजन टू फॉर्म कार्बन मोनोक्साइड एंड हमें मिल जाएगा हमारा जिंक मेटल. So this is what the extraction of metal which is moderately reactive. सल्फाइड ओर को पहले कन्वर्ट करना है ऑक्साइड में, ऑक्साइड के बाद उसका करना है रिडक्शन. We will take another example such as lead sulfide PbS. अभी ये सल्फाइड है तो क्या करेंगे, रोस्टिंग. सल्फाइड मीन्स रोस्टिंग, burning or combustion in the presence of oxygen, and will obtain lead oxide PbO plus sulfur dioxide will get evolved. So here 2PbO. ये हुआ फर्स्ट स्टेप. अब ये ऑक्साइड फॉर्म में आया तो नेक्स्ट हमें क्या करना है, इसका रिडक्शन करना है. रिडक्शन कैसे करेंगे, इस लेड ऑक्साइड को हम रिड्यूस करेंगे बाय यूजिंग रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट एज कार्बन. हम वी कैन यूज रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कार्बन, कार्बन मोनोक्साइड, हाइड्रोजन, और द मेटल विच इज मोर रिएक्टिव देन द lead. How this lead oxide will react with carbon? It will form lead and carbon monoxide gas. हमें lead मिल जाएगा pure metal और we'll obtain it in the form of metal. We can use carbon monoxide also as reducing agent such as PbO plus CO, carbon मोनोक्साइड. इसे भी का ऑक्सीजन की एफिनिटी है, इसीलिए ये क्या करेगा, ये फॉर्म करेगा लेड प्लस CO2, गैस विल गेट इवॉल्व और हमें मिलेगा लेड हमारा सॉलिड फॉर्म में. दूसरा रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट क्या है, हाइड्रोजन. PbO लेड ऑक्साइड प्लस H2, इट विल गिव अस H2O, वाटर प्लस हमारा लेड. So this is what reduction of metal, removal of oxygen from the metal. और इसकी जगह हम और क्या यूज़ कर सकते हैं, we can use more reactive metal. अभी lead से ज़्यादा reactive क्या है, आयन है, जिंक है, एल्यूमिनियम है. तो इन मेटल को भी हम यूज़ करके क्या कर सकते हैं, इसका रिडक्शन कर सकते हैं. और वो कौन सी रिएक्शन होगी, वो होगी डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन. The more reactive metal can displace less reactive metal. So highly reactive metals such as sodium, calcium, aluminum are used as reducing agent because they can displace metals of lower reactivity from their compound. Here we can see one example. When manganese dioxide is heated with aluminium powder, the following reaction will take place. Here MnO2 is what, manganese dioxide, and when we will heat it with aluminium powder, Al solid, powder है इसलिए solid, what we will obtain, we will obtain manganese aluminium oxide and lots of heat will generate in this particular reaction. So this is what exothermic reaction. तो यहाँ हीट रिलीज होगी, एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्साइड बनेगा और हमें क्या मिल जाएगा, मैंगनीज मेटल इन द लिक्विड फॉर्म, इन द मोल्टन फॉर्म. अभी यहाँ कौन ऑक्सीडाइज हुआ, कौन रिड्यूस हुआ, सी MnO2, इसका ऑक्सीजन जाके क्या बना, ये सिर्फ Mn बना, मतलब इसका हुआ रिडक्शन. रिमूवल ऑफ ऑक्सीजन इज कॉल्ड एज रिडक्शन. एल्यूमिनियम के पास रिएक्टेंट साइड में ऑक्सीजन नहीं था और प्रोडक्ट साइड में वो क्या बना, एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्साइड, मतलब इसका क्या हुआ, ऑक्सीडेशन. सी दिस डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शंस आर हाईली एक्सोथर्मिक। तो ये जो रिएक्शन होती है डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन, ये जनरली क्या होती है? एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन। वी डिस्कस दिस इन चैप्टर 1। द अमाउंट ऑफ हीट इवॉल्व इज सो लार्ज दैट द मेटल्स आर प्रोड्यूस इन द मोल्टन स्टेट। और इतनी एक्सोथर्मिक होती है कि बहुत ज़्यादा हीट की वजह से हमें जो मेटल मिलेगा वो कैसे मिलेगा? इन द फॉर्म ऑफ मोल्टन स्टेट। In fact, the reaction of iron oxide with aluminium is used to join railway tracks or crack machine parts. तो ये इस and that process is called as Thermit reaction. So Thermit reaction is a reaction in which the cracked machine parts or railway tracks are joined by the reaction of iron oxide and aluminium. वी कैन सी दिस रिएक्शन। हम ये रिएक्शन देख रहे हैं यहाँ डायग्राम में भी। ये क्या कर रहे हैं? दे आर कैरिंग आउट थर्मिट प्रोसेस टू जॉइन रेलवे ट्रैक्स। सो रेलवे ट्रैक को जॉइन करना हो या फिर कोई मशीन है आयरन से बनी हुई, उसमें कोई क्रैक है तो उसे ठीक करना हो, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? वी कैन कैरी आउट दिस डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन। अभी यहाँ हमारे पास क्या है? आयरन ऑक्साइड। एल्यूमिनियम जो मेटल है वो आयन से क्या है? ज़्यादा रिएक्टिव है। नाउ वी नो द डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन। More reactive metal will displace the less reactive metal from its solution or from its कंपाउंड फॉर्म। एल्यूमिनियम क्या करेगा? इस आयन को निकाल देगा और बनाएगा एल्यूमिनियम ऑक्साइड, और आयन हमें मिल जाएगा इन द मोल्टन फॉर्म एज इट इज़ हाईली एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन। और इस वजह से क्या होगा? जो भी रेलवे ट्रैक ज्वाइन करना था तो वहाँ वो मोल्टन आयन भर जाएगा, तो वो रेलवे ट्रैक ज्वाइन हो जाएगा। या फिर किसी मशीन में क्रैक आया है तो वो मोल्टन आयन वो क्रैक भर देगा। So this process is called as Thermit process and reaction is called as Thermit reaction. Next is extracting metals towards the top of activity series. So the metals which are present at the top of activity series are highly reactive metals. These metals are always present in the combined form, and as they are highly reactive, they आर होल्डिंग द कंपाउंड वेरी स्ट्रांगली। जैसे समझो ऑक्साइड ऑफ सोडियम है, तो ये सोडियम ऑक्साइड हो, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड हो, कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड हो, ये सिंपली रिड्यूस नहीं होगा बाय यूजिंग रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट। जैसे हमने मॉडरेटली रिएक्टिव मेटल में क्या किया था? कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड, हाइड्रोजन को एज ए रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट यूज़ किया और ऑक्सीजन को रिड्यूस किया, ऑक्सीजन को रिमूव किया। बट इन केस ऑफ हाईली रिएक्टिव मेटल सच एज सोडियम ऑक्साइड, मैग्नीशियम ऑक्साइड, carbon cannot reduce the oxygen from sodium oxide or magnesium oxide. Why? Because these metals are having more affinity for oxygen than the carbon, as those are highly reactive. ये highly reactive है तो इनको कार्बन से भी ज़्यादा एफिनिटी होती है ऑक्सीजन की, और इसीलिए वो उनके ऑक्सीजन को छोड़ते नहीं है। कार्बन के बस की बात नहीं है कि सोडियम ऑक्साइड से ऑक्सीजन छीन ले, बिकॉज सोडियम इज स्ट्रांगली होल्डिंग दैट ऑक्सीजन, इट इज़ हैविंग स्ट्रॉन्ग एफिनिटी देन द कार्बन फॉर ऑक्सीजन। These metals are obtained by electrolytic reduction. जैसे हमने फ्लो चार्ट में डिस्कस किया था कि इनसे अगर प्योर मेटल ऑब्टेन करना है तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? रिडक्शन, इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक रिडक्शन। फॉर एग्जाम्पल सोडियम, मैग्नीशियम, कैल्शियम आर ऑब्टेन्ड बाय इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस ऑफ देयर मोल्टन क्लोराइड। सोडियम क्लोराइड को इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सेल में लो, इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पास करो, वी विल ऑब्टेन sodium and chlorine. The metals are deposited at cathode, so the negatively charged electrode. मेटल क्या होते हैं? दे आर इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव। Na+ पॉजिटिव है तो वो किधर जाएगा? नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड के पास। नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड कौन है? कैथोड। तो ये हमेशा याद रखना है। मेटल्स जो होंगे वो डिपॉजिट होंगे कैथोड पे, नॉन मेटल्स डिपॉजिट होंगे एनोड पे। सो द मेटल्स आर डिपॉजिटेड एट कैथोड, cathode is negatively charged and metals are positively charged, or metals are electropositive. Whereas chlorine is liberated at anode. क्लोरीन क्या है, Cl माइनस, एंड वी नो देर इज अट्रैक्शन बिटवीन अपोजिट चार्जेस. सो क्लोरीन आयन नेगेटिवली चार्ज है तो वो जाएगा पॉजिटिव इलेक्ट्रोड के पास, दैट मीन्स टूवर्ड्स द एनोड. सो द रिएक्शन NaCl का रिएक्शन कैसे होगा, NaCl इसका इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस करेंगे तो ये बनेगा Na प्लस एंड Cl माइनस आयन. कैसे बनेगा, सोडियम एक इलेक्ट्रॉन देगा और क्लोरीन एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लेगा. अगर सोडियम एक इलेक्ट्रॉन देता है तो उसका पॉजिटिव चार्ज बढ़ेगा और वो बनाएगा Na प्लस आयन, सोडियम आयन. क्लोरीन एक इलेक्ट्रॉन लेता है तो वो बनाएगा Cl माइनस आयन. Similarly, aluminium is obtained by the electrolytic reduction of aluminium oxide. Next is refining of metal. In refining of metal, we are carrying out electrolytic reduction or electrolysis of impure metal is carried out to obtain pure metal. यहाँ देखो डायग्राम में आपको दिख रहा है electrolytic refining of copper. द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इज अ सोल्यूशन. जैसे हमें पता है इलेक्ट्रोलाइसिस में क्या होता है, एक लिक्विड होता है, सॉल्यूशन होता है जिसे हम कहते हैं इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सॉल्यूशन. उसमें हम थोड़े से 2-3 ड्रॉप एसिड के डालते हैं to form the free ions. Anode is a impure copper. Now in refining of metal we are taking impure copper or impure metal as anode and pure metal or a thin strip of pure metal as cathode. तो जिस भी मेटल का इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक रिफाइनिंग करना होता है हम उसका impure metal लेते हैं as एनोड एंड प्योर मेटल लेते हैं थिन स्ट्रिप एज कैथोड. एनोड होता है पॉजिटिवली चार्ज और कैथोड होता है नेगेटिवली चार्ज. Now we are taking electrolytic solution or solution of the metal salt is taken as electrolyte. You can see in the diagram on passing the current through the electrolyte, the pure metal from the anode dissolves in the electrolyte and equivalent amount of electrolyte is deposited on the cathode. तो जैसे ही हम इसमें से करंट पास करेंगे ये जो इम्प्योर एनोड है उसमें से प्योर मेटल निकलेगा और वो इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सॉल्यूशन में जाएगा. जितना प्योर मेटल हमें एनोड से मिला है उतने ही अमाउंट का एन इक्विवेलेंट अमाउंट ऑफ प्योर मेटल फ्रॉम द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. इलेक्ट्रोलाइट भी हम उसी का सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन लेते हैं. जैसे यहाँ हमने लिया था कॉपर सल्फेट सॉल्यूशन CuSO4 सॉल्यूशन, तो इसमें भी कॉपर है, एनोड से भी कॉपर आया तो उतनी ही अमाउंट जितना एनोड से कॉपर रिलीज हुआ है उतना ही इक्विवेलेंट अमाउंट के कॉपर जाके डिपॉजिट हो जाएगा कैथोड पे एंड द सोल्यूबल इम्प्यूरिटीज गो इनटू द सॉल्यूशन. तो एनोड में से मेटल जो भी है वो डिपॉजिट होगा कैथोड पे थ्रू इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सॉल्यूशन एंड द soluble impurities will remain in that solution and insoluble impurities will settle down at the bottom of anode and that is called as anode mud. Now see how reaction will takes place during electrolysis of copper or electrolytic refining of copper. So at anode what will happen at एनोड पे एनोड इज व्हाट पॉजिटिवली चार्ज इलेक्ट्रॉन. तो एनोड के पास कॉपर है पर ये कॉपर कैसा है, इम्प्योर कॉपर है. तो जैसे ही इलेक्ट्रिक करंट पास होगा यहाँ जो कॉपर है वो क्या करेगा, इट विल लूज द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ये कॉपर क्या करेगा, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करेगा क्योंकि इसकी वैलेंसी है 2. And we know loss of electron is called as oxidation. तो हमेशा याद रखना है in electrolytic refining oxidation takes place at anode. You can remember as PaO. P for positive, A for anode and O for oxidation. And what is oxidation in terms of loss or gain of electron? लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज कॉल्ड ऑक्सीडेशन। तो यहाँ क्या हो रहा है, ये कॉपर है वो 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज कर रहा है, मतलब इसका हो रहा है ऑक्सीडेशन एट एनोड। हाउ यू कैन रिमेंबर, PaO, पॉजिटिव एनोड ऑक्सीडेशन। तो एनोड पे होगा ऑक्सीडेशन, Cu से बनेगा Cu2 प्लस प्लस 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन। ये कॉपर के आयंस कहाँ जाएंगे, इट विल गो इन आर इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक सॉल्यूशन, यहाँ जाएगा। एंड एज Cu2 प्लस इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज और कैथोड कैसा है, नेगेटिवली चार्ज। तो ये पॉजिटिव आयंस जाके डिपॉजिट होंगे किस पे, नेगेटिव इलेक्ट्रोड पे, दैट इज ऑन द कैथोड। अब कैथोड पे कैसा रिएक्शन होगा, ऑन कैथोड दिस copper ions Cu2 plus ions will get electron, it will gain the electron and will form copper metal, it will form our copper atom, copper metal. So हम ये कैसे याद रखेंगे, NCr, N is for negative, C for cathode, और इस पे क्या हो रहा है, रिडक्शन। रिडक्शन मीन्स व्हाट, गेन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, इसने इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन किया, इसीलिए कैथोड पे क्या होगा, हमेशा रिडक्शन। सो स्टूडेंट्स रिमेंबर, ऑन एनोड देयर विल बी ऑक्सीडेशन reaction will takes place and on cathode there will be reduction reaction। कैसे, that is कॉपर गेन करेगा 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन कॉपर आयन और बनाएगा कॉपर मेटल। आई विल राइट दैट रिएक्शन अगेन, इलेक्ट्रोलाइटिक रिफाइनिंग ऑफ कॉपर। क्या होगा, एनोड पे, एनोड it will lose electron, will form copper ion Cu2 plus 2 electron। कैथोड पे क्या होगा, Cu2 plus plus 2 electron and it will form copper metal, it will form copper metal। And how you can remember, positive anode oxidation, negative cathode reduction। So this is electrolytic refining। Though we obtain metal by the reduction process, those metal may contain many impurities and we can remove that metal impurities to obtain pure metal by the electrolytic refining। We can carry out electrolytic refining of metals such as copper, zinc, tin, nickel, silver, gold. So we can obtain pure form of metal by the electrolytic refining। And as I told, ये जो bottom पे है वो क्या है, it is insoluble impurities। So electrolytic refining में जो soluble impurities है वो तो electrolytic solution में ही रहेंगी और जो insoluble impurities है वो एनोड के नीचे डिपॉजिट हो जाएगी बॉटम को और हम उसे कहेंगे एनोड मड। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट डिफरेंट स्टेप्स ऑफ एक्सट्रैक्टिंग मेटल फ्रॉम इट्स ओर। वी डिस्कस अबाउट corrosion in lesson number 1 also। Thank you and have a nice day।